We are now on the second part of the Flutter Interactivity series. Okay, so in this video we are going to discuss Snackbar. Okay, so what's the definition of a Snackbar? So it is used for providing feedback or showing a message in response to a user action. Okay, so we have here on the right side the example of or the image for a snack bar, and as you can see here, it in our definition it says it is going to provide a message or a feedback. And in this example that we have here, so on the left side is we have here our message. Okay, so it says button click when the button has been clicked. Okay, so it can also include actions, okay, making it suitable for scenarios where the user may want to interact with the message. So as you can see here, we have an action. So it is a clickable text. So when you are going to click on this action here, it is going to respond with whatever method that we have provided with the action here. Okay, so for those of you who are Android users, I know you have already witnessed or experienced this snack bar. Okay, so how are we going to use our snack bar? Okay, going back now to our previous app. Okay, so this was from our previous video. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to change the top button here. Okay, so we have there the elevated button. Okay, so I'm going to change the elevated button into show snack bar. Okay, then reload. So you could see here show snack bar. So what we are going to do here is when we are going to click on this button, it is going to show a snack bar. So how are we going to show our snack bar? So as you can see here, we have the onPressed method for the elevated button. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show here the snack bar, okay, in response now to the click or pressed event of the button. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we are going to initialize our snack bar. Okay, or let us say define our snack bar. So how are we going to define our snack bar? Okay, so we are going to initialize our snack bar okay. Okay, so we have here a very simple initialization or definition of our snack bar. First, we have the data type, okay, then the variable or the name of our snack bar, and the definition of our snack bar. Okay, so if you could remember your Java, okay, so this is how are you going to initialize or define a variable. And in this case, we are defining here a snack bar. So as you can see, again, the data type, the name of the variable, and the definition of the snack bar. Okay, so next is we are going to have the definition for our snack bar. We are going to define the properties of our snack bar. So first of all, we have the content. Okay, the content here is actually, as you can see, it is a widget. Okay, the one that is going to be displayed or the message. Okay, so I'm going to use here a text to display the message. Okay, I'm just going to have this is a snack bar. Okay, so what we did here is we have only defined our snack bar. Okay, so next is we are going to display our snack bar. So what we're going to use here is a class named scaffold messenger. Okay, scaffold messenger manages snack bars and banners for descendant scaffolds. Okay, so this class provides APIs for showing snack bars. Okay, let's stop here. So as of now, we are going to use scaffold messenger for showing our snack bar. Okay, so snack bar that of the current context. Okay, then that show either the material banner, or in my case here, in our case, we're going to use show snack bar. Okay, and we are going to use this variable here to show our as our snack bar. Okay, semicolon. Okay, so these are the steps that we are going to follow if ever that we are going to display our snack bar. So first is to define our snack bar, then display. So we are going to go back with the different properties of snack bar later. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to save and reload. Okay, I'm going to show you how are we going to use our snack bar here. Okay, so show snack bar, so you can see there this is a snack bar. Then by default it has a duration of more or less, I think, 4 seconds. Okay, then it is going to automatically close. Okay, so once again click, so we have here our snack bar. So you could show any message here, and without the user's interaction it is going to automatically close after 4 seconds. Okay, but for example, you want to modify the duration. Okay, so we have here a property called duration, and it has, or it requires a duration widget. Okay, so we're going to have here a duration widget. Then for example, you want to have it at least 5, okay, not at least, but 5 seconds. Okay, so if every 5 seconds, so we're just going to specify here in seconds. Okay, seconds, then let us say 5 seconds. Okay, so save, the reload, then it is going to show a little bit longer compared with our default. But if you want to show it less than 4 seconds, so just modify here our value. Okay, now for example, we want to change, by the way, by default, so we have here white over black. So if you want to change that, so for example, I want to change the background color of the snack bar, colors that let us say green. Okay, and I want to change the foreground for the text. Okay, let us see if we have a foreground here. Okay, it doesn't have, so therefore we are going to modify our text widget. Okay, so we are going to have the style, then text style, then for the color, colors that white. Okay, for the weight and so on. So save, then reload, show snack bar, so you can see we have now white over green. Okay, so last is on the definition. It says that it could provide us an action. Okay, so how are we going to set our action here? Wait, we are going to put here a const. Okay, so we have here the property action. Okay, it requires a snack bar action. Okay, snack bar action, it has a label. The label is actually the text that you can see with in our Snackbar. So let us say I'm just going to have let us say undo or whatever. Okay. No. Label is a string. Okay, so therefore I'm not going to use here a widget. I'm just going to have there undo. Then on pressed, okay, I'm going to have first an anonymous function, a blank anonymous function. Invalid constant value, so therefore okay, this one here. Okay, so we have here a blank anonymous function that is going to be called. I'm just going to have here. I'm going to issue here the command print. You click the undo. Okay. Save and reload. Then show Snackbar. Oh wait. Okay, so we have it there. The undo button. So click. So you can see it there. You click on the undo button. And when I click on the undo or on the action button here, the Snackbar automatically closed. Okay. So that's how are we going to work with Snackbar. Okay. And by the way, you could still change if you want to change the design. So you could play with the different values on our Snackbar. Okay. So on our next example for the interactivity is we are going to have the alert dialog box. But for now, we're just going to stop here. I hope in your next projects you could already use our Snackbar button. Okay, so that's all for today, and I'll see you on the next video.